Attention gamers. A wise man once said, more CC equals more GG, but for some reason I always resort to locking in ADCs because I think I can carry like the pros in the highlights that know their way around their right click button better than my auto-filled Yasuo support knows his way around the fountain. And while there may be a lot of theories of why I think ADCs are weak, the only obvious explanation is because supports are OP. Think about it, you can be some walking metal monster who whips around a damn cruise ship anchor like it's a Tinker Toy 2-pound dumbbell, or, you can be some spitting chubby caterpillar who pukes on people. And so I had a theory, if the current meta wants the bot lane to have one high CC high damage high tanky high utility champ, and one frail butterfly fetus, I'm just going to start rocking support champions as ADCs because 2 is greater than 1 and I want LP, so I'm going to bring more CC. But right when it was time for me to test this theory, Riot hit me with a quick game of surprise get 200 years. So like a sad puppy I closed that glitchy window they call a client only to see a little glowing world that sucked me into a place called Telleria with fire-breathing dragons and man-bear pigs and is that Shyvana?
I smell fear.
Then I saw this dude that clearly didn't have enough social interaction as a kid making threatening gestures at this tiny little lady, but why does she not look concerned? Oh snap, this hottie can water bend and clearly she has pissed off some raging uggles as well as others who honestly could be trying a bit harder, but this entire situation has left me wondering if the water bending babe makes it out safely. Turns out she was just a badass character in this game you just might have heard of called Raid Shadow Legends, where you collect and level up armies of champions to fight in intense battles around the world of Telleria. And the waterbender needed my help.
Help me, Rav, you sexy silhouette.
So I joined in and started ripping creatures from different districts out of their peaceful abyss to fight in these Hunger Games. Let's take a look at my roster. Some dwarf who got his head stuck in a trash can, clearly missing a few chromosomes, but he looks pretty strong. Then we got this dude who was convinced his entire life that he doesn't need braces, and I can just tell he is into some messed up stuff. And next up we have the—
I volunteer as tribute.
Yeah, that's cute kid, but I have no use for you, so I will just feed you to one of my actual contenders to make them stronger. Thanks though. And so I figured the best place for me to give my troops some training for the games was to take them into the brand new tag team arena, which features intense best of 3 all-out brawls, and teams are going through extreme measures like capturing leprechauns and roiding them up because they know that raid devs are giving out insane prizes in the early weeks of this arena. But now I am calling you to join me in rescuing the hot ginger from kicking Kevin here. So use my link in the description to download Raid and you will immediately be given 10 shards to recruit people for your team, 2 boss keys to earn some dank loots, some fat stacks of money to pimp out your players, and this psychopath that just clean shaved his head in hopes of you downloading the game and adopting him. So try Raid today. And bam, League was back and I had forgotten what this video was about, so I followed my usual routine. Okay, time to give ADCs a little break. So now if you are one of the loyal ones who watches all my content start to finish instead of just looking for some 12-year-old with an account named Dr. Bootyslayer69 in the comments posting the timestamp of when the quote-unquote real video starts as if he is on the douche department's payroll, I appreciate you. The game starts out like your typical awkward silver shenanigans, with my support introducing himself as not a real threat, then me displaying the accuracy of a walrus with Parkinson's disease, and their Trist showing that she hasn't read the patch notes from 2010 when Riot put turrets into the game. So I nab the first kill due to my incredible skill, and then we proceed to greet as the support goes stealth to stab the elf and I put him in a purple prison. But we had no vision, and so Reaper Randy comes down to save the day. And I know you are probably thinking you have read this book and you know just how it ends, but I am not on a useless right-click chick, so for the small price of all 4 of our summoners in lieu of placing 1 ward down, we get out without a scratch. Not a minute later and Chippendale Charlie decides to do a flash to grab Pike's ass, which results in both of them eating a crop dust stun before Trist informs us that she does in fact know what turrets do and that she's just a greedy dumbass instead. And after the second straight play where I steal the kill from my turret, we start chasing white tights because word on the street is that he's arachnophobic, so I get a hilarious idea, but the man slut sidesteps only to still get hit by a tangle and strangle combo. Then my support thinks he sees something moving in the bushes and freaks out like a drama queen, but he wasn't wrong as stripping Timmy flashes out attempting to pop the Pike with a pull and punch, so I tie him up and we pull him in so I can look him in the eye as he slowly burns to death. But this is Pike's first kill ever, so when he looks at the corpse he panics and spazzes out thinking he's a bad person, so I tell the harpooning hobo to snap out of his sissy girl act and bring me a damn rabbit, to which he goes stealthy red sperm before giving me what I asked, so I put the C in CC, and Trist once again thinks planting a dome egg and waiting around till it hatches isn't going to result in her ass being grass and Rav Daddy bringing the lawnmower. The X-Men on my team group up as a harpoon gets launched into the wrong planet before Edward Scissorhands goes balls deep, only for the dizzy dancer to hit a few spin shitters to begin her bailout, but little did she know this bride used the back door and has a purple piss puddle waiting with her name on it. I am just alone and overextended with the map awareness of a water bottle, naively wondering why this 0 and 6 mouth breathing moron is walking up to me, so I ask her what's up, only to see the wall shit out a wheat farmer, so I do what I do best. Flash away from safety to trade kills so I can defend my incompetence as being worth. Then for some reason related to why I'm still the same rank as I was in 2014 when I unlocked this morgue skin, I am not even questioning why we are hanging out beyond their tier 1 turret with absolutely no vision while holding onto 2 wards as if I want them to mate and start a family. I come in and unsurprisingly whiff a Q but make up by nailing a tough W before getting impatient and breaking out the bondage. Of course the flamboyant freak wants to rub his junk all up in my business, but I take a pass on that ass and nail a cage to earn my wage as I flee and cut the scene before you see my dumb overextended ass get spanked. We notice that Hopping Helen has been attempting the Heimlich on her baby dragon, so we run in to see if it's okay, only for her to make my viewers question what elo this is when she dashes and flashes in literally the worst possible direction, only to still get hooked as my Q strengthens the theory that this is iron elo and she ults to break my chains. My support then goes orange sperm swimming before drawing an X on the vandal shitter for the kill. But there is no better time to contest dragon than 20 seconds after it dies, so I run up as me and my support take turns being completely horrible, and after my final move, the heal at 90% health, I am all out of tricks up my sleeve, so I just flash out only to be followed by that dick who has 15 different ways to make terrain irrelevant in this game. But I hit the bitch with a bait and bind combo as I laugh and watch the turret tap that ass. This results in everyone running around practically naked, but I resist the urge to join in because the masturbator doesn't get baited, so I just chuck a Q at nothing for moral support and let the hash slinging slasher collect the triple. My support is off playing in the fountain by himself again, so I am low health and forced to cling to my statue as I foresee that horned up high schooler trying to dive this bride, so I put him in timeout to let him know that it's not happening, which eventually results in him getting web wrapped and bitch slapped. But this is silver after all, so God forbid we just take the free kill and continue on with our day as the bipolar spider decides her best move is to blindly chase into tower as I pace back and forth like a dog on the edge of their invisible fence as she trades her life for a kill on a target worth 12 gold. Okay, stick with me here, this was a doozy. Word on the street was that their jungler and our support were gonna fight after school, so we gather in the forest to watch it go down, but it prompts a whole gang war because they agreed no reaper whacking, so I bind the bitch in some grape guts as the stripper says surprise to the spider. Pike wins the fight, the ginger spins around making a lot of noise, the sky summons Thor's tiny niece. I remember that I am into bondage. The metal man takes a spider into the closet as I step back to get a group picture before welcoming their top laner back to this dimension with a prison sentence, and we finish off the knife hurling hottie. Then we race to chase the toddler carrying around her dead pet dragon, which long story short results in Zed landing 0 out of 3 shurikens and Riot being yet another source in my life saying that something of mine just isn't long enough to get the job done. The whole team is actually grouped for once and working together to get an objective, so obviously our jungler manages to cuck it up somehow, which results in her embarrassed ass flashing to get revenge as I force the stripper to stand in the shrubs because I know he hates that they might get his white tights dirty as another totally silver shitfest breaks out, which ends in a beautifully coordinated poppy push to make Pike's X nothing more than a decoration as we finish off the pretty boy. And at this point you probably think I didn't have to put on the try-hard pants to get this win, considering I am just nailing 3-person chain bangers like it's my job and painting myself gold to perfection. But focus targets don't exist in the depths of hell, so the sexy spinning shitter gets to go dizzy dancing and do us all dirty to keep this interesting. But even though my sped monkey ass can't properly ult before going full-blown trophy, as if it isn't one of the main reasons Morg is played, the power of CC still comes out to play, which results in the hormonal high schooler going down first, and then I take a quick walk to gather my thoughts before being served a prick on a platter to drown in my purple piss. Then one more example of why this set support has a room temperature IQ, followed by me asking the ginger if she likes being tied up. which she didn't, and me welcoming Reaper Randy back from his wall surf with a Q and some grape guts to land us the ace. We take home the victory, which proves that you can miss 80% of your skill shots on Morg, but that 20% goes into the CC column, which, in my shitty rank, still results in GG. Now, in terms of my voice reveal announcement, many of you know that Heisman and I have started a second channel so we can deliver more fun off-meta content, but after reading the comments and watching the videos myself, I think that providing higher quality and listening to your feedback is more important than masking my voice for no reason, so our latest video on that channel has my authentic non-modded voice, and we have hired an editor for future videos to provide more quality to you for that series. This channel, however, will not change, as it will remain TTS content with the same style of videos that you have watched from the beginning. As always, thank you to the people giving me incredible amounts of support on Patreon, as I couldn't afford to edit this much without your support. Pet your dog, jerk your ween, sub to my new second channel, and brush your teeth tonight. Rav out.